that he can pull that off. Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to send in your own letters to the Gaseous Wiener, and it is cheering him up, here's the address. Get Well Wiener, care of Late Night with Conan O'Brien, 30 Rockefeller Plaza Suite, 901 West, New York, New York, 10112. And we'll see what he does. Nice. It'll be fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight is the star and hero of the Star Wars trilogy. Let's take a look at a clip from The Empire Strikes Back.
You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did.
I wonder what happens. What happens? Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome our first Jedi on the program, Mark Hamill.
Thank you.
I gotta say, this whole thing... Luke! Yeah. Do you get that when you walk down the street in New York? Hey, Luke!
All the time. Hey, Luke, how you doing, man?
Yeah, it's
great.
New York. It's New York City. People are really nice, though.
This is the whole thing. The whole thing is, I believe, unprecedented in movies. A 20-year-old movie re-released. It's #1 in the box office.
George had me to lunch, and he told me...
George Lucas. Yes.
He told me his idea, and brilliant, savvy businessman that I am, I said, George, that's a terrible idea. Everyone's seen these movies a million times. Of course, when I told my kids, they were ecstatic. And I said, haven't you guys seen this enough on videotape? They want to see it large. They want to see it loud. And I'd forgotten.
But that's not true of, like, every movie. If they re-released Herbie the Love Bug or something...
Ooh. Well, that might not be a good example.
Of the first Pauly Shore movie, on the big screen, with restored footage.
Jury duty with enhanced footage,
You wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see lines around the block. I'd be there, Andy'd be there, but...
I'd be there.
Yeah. They've added some scenes that weren't... Pauly falling into a toilet. I didn't see that in the original version.
Well, I hadn't seen them since they first came out. I have to ask my son, is that new? Is that new? Is that new?
Oh, you don't know, really?
Well, it's hard to tell, and I was just kind of kidding around, and I said on one radio show, gee, the Princess Leia nude ice dancing sequence was worth it, the price of admission alone. Fox called me right away and said, people took that seriously, so cut it out.
Right. So you're pretty much a corporate tool, then. You do as they say.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a corporate tool, and,
Ooh, look out for Fox. Well, I'm not afraid of them. Unless they're watching, of course. Hello, Fox. Oh, God, I've ruined my career. You mentioned doing the radio show. You've done quite a bit of promotion.
I have done.
Yeah, when people show up on this show, they're really doing a lot of promotion. And, I'm just kidding. A little self-deprecating humor. But you're doing a lot of promotion. I understand you've taken some of your promotion for this movie to a new level.
They found a kind of an interesting new venue for Star Wars publicity. In fact, I think we have a clip.
You have a clip?
Yeah, I think we do, don't we?
All right, let's take a look at this.
It's been a fantastic experience for the kids. For them to be able to see it on the big screen the way they should be seen, and footage, this is really beyond all of our expectations. Who's the girl? Excuse me? Who's the girl? Oh, you're Princess Leia fans. There's a funny story about Carrie, She was really self-conscious about her hair. Thank you, sir. Come again. But, these movies really... Oh, thank you, sir. May the force be with you.
You're getting to the public.
Yeah, we leave no venue unturned.
Did you were very kind to go over and shoot that for us at an actual peep show.
Yes, and it was a highlight so
And that's
far.
a good one, too.
Yeah, it is, it is. I've always been looking for an excuse to go in there, you know,
Yeah.
so it was fun.
Did you have a good time there? I heard you really sort of loosened up while you were there.
Well, I wanted to be able to say that I really experienced the full experience, so I waited till your cameras were gone, but, you know, I had my wife shoot a shot of me bottomless. So I could say that I was actually nude in one of those viewing booths. It was, like I say, the high...
So wait a minute. So the Fox Corporation isn't going to be upset now?
Well, I thought I was...
We don't want you making...
for a minute it was one of those, you know, one of those late night setups where, you know, the National Enquirer is going to jump out and get me, you
Get
know.
a picture of you doing
it. You
Yeah.
bet. You never know with you guys.
So just to be safe, you took off your pants. You know, just to avoid any trouble.
Yeah,
all right.
That's
okay.
the way to really trick.
Give the
thinking.
people what they want, Andy.
Yeah. All right. Now, I'm told, I didn't know this was the case, because you didn't get to use this skill in the actual Star Wars trilogy, but I understand that you're quite an impressionist. Is that the case?
Well, it's not so much that I'm an impressionist, but when you tell stories, you sort of affect whatever person that you're doing to try and give the flavor for what you're talking about. I remember I was complaining to Harrison that my hair didn't match from the last scene and it was bad for continuity, and Harrison's comment was, "Hey, kid, if the audience is looking at your hair, we're all in big trouble." I have to tell you something, too. You try working with Yoda for 3 months, and
It's a puppet.
it is a puppet, but
I got
It
scared
is?
for a minute. That
Gee.
Yoda guy is like insane.
oh, we're just like that.
I'd ask him out for a drink and he'd never leave the studio.
We drove Frank Oz crazy, though, because not just me, but the entire crew. We'd break for lunch, and everybody would be talking like, "Hungry are you? To lunch you are going? A cheeseburger you will bring me, yes?" But you know, I mean, I've actually, and a lot of people know this, I've done over 200 animated cartoons.
You're a very good
Well, I mean,
vocal
I did
actor,
the
voiceover.
joke. I did the Joker on Batman, and even my brothers and sisters called me long distance and said, "That's not you, is it?" So, you know, I wound up on the phone, long distance, on my dime, trying to convince my brothers and sisters that was really me. I mean, there's something wrong with that.
This is good, though. This is a great skill. And speaking of, you mentioned you invoked comics, so I wanted to ask you about
Yes.
this. You've got this line of comics
Yes.
out.
Yes.
And I look at this thing and I think, well, that's nice. Mark Hamill is writing these comics now, and a lot of kids love Mark Hamill, and isn't this a great thing for the kids? And then I open up one of the comics, and I realize... Now...
Gee, I don't remember that part.
I mean, that's like the least offensive page in here.
Is
Not
it?
offensive. There's just nudity. I've been through this thing many times, and it's...
Well, see, now that proves a point.
Hello, look at that.
See,
Now,
two pages later, someone gets their head blown off. He doesn't comment about that. One bare breast, and we're going to hell on the handcart, right?
because violence is cool, nudity is offensive.
Well, Lenny... Look, it's Tootie and Muldoon. Lenny Bruce said 40 years ago, in America, you can cut a breast off, you just can't kiss it.
Oh, my God. What a horrible thing to say
But
on
no,
our
this,
show.
this, though, is based on a... This is based on a screenplay I wrote with Eric Johnson, who's my writing partner, and we never expected it to be a comic book because it's the story of a sort of tabloid shock jock that
Good Lord.
influences a slightly disturbed man to go out and try and be Batman in real life. And this
Right,
is how...
look, all of it's fine. I'm just saying there's just naked women everywhere you look in this thing. And
Wow.
I'm not...
Hey, that's where I was today.
Yeah.
You can find these comics anywhere. Snap them up.
I think people
because
are gonna find them
they're
now.
virtually sold out, and when it comes out as a trade paperback in September,
Right.
all the girls will be dressed. Little paper doll cutouts, and you put on their halter tops.
Now, do you want to... I heard you wanted to make this thing into a movie.
It is a screenplay. I'm attached as director, and we hope to be shooting it later this year. We're tweaking the final screenplay. We've really done a PG pass on it because we changed the background of this girl so that we wouldn't have to have panels like that. It's...
Who's the girl going to be? Have you talked to anybody yet?
Well, I was talking to Carrie Lowell, but she kind of shined me on.
Shined you on? Is that some kind of Jedi term? I don't know what that... Completely lost. I don't know.
Well, Conan, I'm just such a...
Hey! I can't believe I got it to do it. You got you to do it back. All right. Well, there'll be a movie out of
What
this.
does this mean, by the way?
What does this mean?
I'm asking Andy.
I think it's one half of an obscene gesture.
Oh man. Now, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi are in theaters now.
They are?
It's it's
Weird.
It's weird for you, right?
Well, it's weird.
You're
and it's-
seeing yourself all this time ago, 20 years ago.
Well, I went once because I wanted to see what they did to them. And I think they integrated the new footage expertly. You know, those ILM guys can do nearly anything.
Those techno nerds, there's nothing they can't do.
There's nothing they can't do, although I was hoping they would, like, computer tweak my hairdo, you know. That was pretty scary, you know.
That's right, you look a little like Denny Terrio.
Yeah. I mean, as well, when's the last time you looked at your old high school yearbook?
I look at it every night.
Do you really?
Yes. I kiss it and then I go to
Explains
sleep.
a lot, doesn't it?
I'm the saddest person on television. It was very nice having you on.
Thank you.
And thanks so much for coming
My
by. Continued
pleasure.
success with everything. Mark Hamill, everybody. Carol Lowe coming up. We'll be right back.